I spent a lot of time coming up with some content for us, yo. Like, just brainstorming new things, getting ready to welcome in all of this new equipment we're about to get. And, you know, like I said on the last episode, we've been talking about collabs with other people, other podcasters, and I told one specific podcast that we was going to collab when we get some new equipment and get on their level.
Shoot.
So it's coming real soon. This equipment will be here, hopefully, Lord willing, before February starts.
I love to see that because that means growth. That means change.
Yeah. We are this close to getting that new equipment. So to everybody who's been requesting a collab with us, we are this close.
Be ready
to getting that equipment. So whoever we hit up first for that collab, like he said, be ready.
Be ready.
So yeah, man, I'm seriously putting in late hours at work, pulling double shifts, the whole nine, just so I can get this bread and get us some new equipment, man, because the people who've been asking to be guests on the show, and with only two mics, it's going to be a little difficult.
Yeah, most definitely. We started with the simpleness of just our phones and the products that we did have, and it's like, now this is growth. Like, to see this is another thing that's going to be used to grow us, and then I'm pretty sure you're going to get something else new, I'm going to get something else new, we're going to all put it together, and it's going to just continue to grow. It's happening step by step by step.
Straight up. So honestly, the next new thing that I really want, man, I want a soundboard.
Yes, that's coming.
I want a soundboard and I want XLR mics because I can't wait for the production quality of the show to just be like top tier, man.
Most definitely.
That's pretty much what my week has been looking like. You know, we're getting closer and closer to new equipment.
Yes.
I'm happy to say that.
Yes.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing and I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I've been grinding, yo, getting ready to get this equipment.
Yes, sir.
And as soon as we get it, you know, we can start having collabs popping, and we can start growing, man. Like that's what I'm really aiming towards, and I know that's something that you want as well.
Yeah.
Yo, I dig that, man.
Dude.
Hey, we got everything on the fly right now, man. It's a new day.
Let them know, man. Let them know if they don't know.
If y'all aren't watching this right now, I mean, even if you are watching this, you probably can't see because I got the iPad in the way. You might be able to see it because I can't really see exactly what you're seeing. But we got some new
Impact. 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 In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your man, JaMichael Moore.
And we are the Residual Impact Podcast. Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves.
And then apply to their community.
Let's grow.
Brother.
It's a new day.
It's a new day. It's a special, too, because it's like, you realize, bro, this is episode 40.
40.
Like, out of all episodes to have, you know, what we got going on.
Let's go.
Come on, B.
Episode 40. Clap it up.
Thank God.
Let's get it.
Shout out to my mom.
Yo, I dig that, man.
Dude.
Hey, we got everything on the fly right now, man. It's a new day.
Let them know, man. Let them know if they don't know.
If y'all aren't watching this right now, I mean, even if you are watching this, you probably can't see because I got the iPad in the way. You might be able to see it because I can't really see exactly what you're seeing. But we got some new equipment in the building.
Yes, sir.
Finally.
Man, hard work pays off.
It does.
Dude.
We've been doing this for a little bit more than a year now. Episode 40.
40.
Yo, it's a blessing, man, for real.
Facts, man. Like,
and I'm happy to say that we finally got the equipment that we wanted for so long. Like, we've been talking about this for how long?
A long time, bro. Like, we probably started looking at this, at least like maybe 4 or 5 months into it? I want to say, think so?
Probably. Like, maybe like November, December-ish, we were kind of thinking we was going to be ready to get equipment then, but it was just like, you know what? I guess that just says to me that we weren't ready at that time.
Yeah. No, facts.
Because really, like, pressing the record button today just made things that much more real because we worked hard to get to where we are today. The sound quality sounds so nice right now.
Yeah, but it's like you have to appreciate not so good sound quality to really appreciate the good sound quality.
That's true.
Because we didn't even know what technically good sound quality was when we first started.
Not really, no.
It was like, yo, this is recording? All right, we good. We can do this.
Hey, we just work with what we had, and you know what? That it's okay.
Yeah.
Like we tell people all the time, you don't got to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. You feel me?
That's it.
Like, our advice to anybody who wants to start a podcast, like real talk, you don't need all the fancy equipment, right? You don't need a Rodecaster Pro. Like, we just got this. Well, actually, I've had it for like 3 weeks, but you know, when I pulled up, Mike was like, "Oh, no wonder why you was walking different. No wonder why you had a new swagger about yourself."
Bruh, this man walking in like he coming through the tunnel for an NBA game or something. Like, what's up? Had the bag, duffel bag, and everything, y'all.
Hey, Papa got a brand new bag. You feel me? Because I've been in my bag. You understand?
Nah, but this is definitely, bruh, it's still like kind of surreal to see some of this stuff, bruh. And it's just like, man, you just got to start.
Facts. You don't need a Rodecaster Pro. You don't need XLR mics to start. You just got to start with what you have. Yeah. If that's your smartphone and your headphones, you know, that come with the phone, that's all you really need. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and launch your podcast. Start talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to start a podcast, somebody's going to want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
Even if you think that the market might be oversaturated, nobody can do you quite like you can do you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
most definitely.
Even if you're going to talk about cooking, like if you want to start a cooking podcast, you know, many people can cook. Some people could probably even cook the same dishes that you can cook, but can't nobody cook it the way that you can cook it.
Yeah.
So if you want to lay out a recipe step by step, somebody's recipe is not going to be like yours.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Just like with anything else that you do. We run this podcast the way that we run it, and people are tapped into us because of how we run it, our dynamic, you know, between each other and the guests that we have on the show, the messages that we put out. Nobody can run this podcast the way we run this podcast. You feel me? Bruh. But yeah, man, that's just what it is, yo. Nobody can do you like you can do you. So if you want to start a podcast, you don't have to wait till you get all the fancy equipment. Build up to it.
Yeah. And it's so easy to get into the trap of like you'll see some of your favorite podcasters and you'll be like, man, like look at what they got. I need to have that stuff in order to start because look how great they are. And they're great because they have that stuff. But no, they're great because they just started, bruh.
That's a fact.
That's it.
Yo, some of the podcasts that I listen to on a consistent basis, yo, some of them have been running for as long as 6 years. Some of them have been running as short as 3 years. Some of them have been running as short as like 2 years, 1 year. But they all have one thing in common other than being a podcast. They started. They started at one point. You can't get to 6 years without starting at day one. You feel me?
Yeah, man. Facts.
So,
and I guarantee you when they started, they probably sucked. They probably had some terrible equipment. They guarantee you where they are now, they probably did not see where they are today. Like as it is, it just happened over time. That's
a fact.
So, yeah, man.
One of the podcasts that kind of like started not too long after we launched, they don't do audio like we do. Like we do audio and video. They just do video. So all their podcasts are just uploaded to YouTube. And I reached out to them. I talked to them and I was like, you know, have you ever thought about putting your audio on streaming platforms so that people can listen to it when they drive? Like they don't necessarily have to pull up YouTube to listen to it. And, you know, they didn't really know how to do that. So I'm kind of trying to walk them through how to pull audio off of the video, like how we do it.
Yeah.
So we're able to do both.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's going to be a good feeling to see them, you know, kind of be on both platforms because they can do it, yo. Like you just need to look at other people and kind of like if somebody's willing to teach you how to do certain things who might have been in your shoes at one point, just let them teach you. Yeah. Just listen. And then, you know, you can, I guess you can, in a sense, be as great as them too, if not greater. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. Like, if I had the opportunity to be taught how to play basketball when I was younger by like Michael Jordan or somebody like that, man, I probably could have been a beast now. You feel me?
Facts.
But I never had the opportunity to meet Mike. And even listening to, people's stories like Chameleonaire, Mike turned out to be an a-hole. Like, I don't know the man personally, so I can't really say he's an a-hole. But have you heard that story, Chameleonaire, talking about Michael Jordan?
Not Chameleonaire, but I've heard of stories about Michael Jordan being an a-hole. So,
but that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to say, like, if you have an ear to listen, you just listen to people who might have been in your shoes or people who came before you.
Yeah.
They can instruct you and help you out. Give you the opportunity to be your best self.
Yeah.
Because you might not necessarily have all the tools, but you still got to start. You got to start somewhere.
Got to be coachable though.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes people ain't coachable.
That is absolutely true.
They be like, "What you trying to? How you gonna tell me something?
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
You're right.
Blah.
Hey, being coachable, that's key.
Oh man, major key.
Even professionals are coachable. Like
Facts.
Michael Jordan couldn't have been Michael Jordan without Phil Jackson being the coach of the Bulls back then. You feel me?
Sir.
Like, come on.
Yes, sir, bro.
It was coachable.
You got to.
And that helped him be one of the greats. That helped the 1990s Chicago Bulls get 6 rings.
Can't think that you just know it all. You got it all, bro. Nah, there's always room for improvement. Always room to learn. Just like that, bro.
Straight like that.
That was too easy. Bro. That was too easy right there.
Yo.
Dude, for y'all that don't know what I mean by that was too easy, that may be listening to us, as he just hit a button. And I want y'all to understand the difference, right? So from that button, you used to have to edit that sound in the actual clip. So you had to listen to the whole thing.
In post-production, we had to listen to the entire episode and then just add sound effects throughout it. We had to pretend as we were recording that we heard a sound effect and just kind of like react on the spot. But now,
bruh, oh my god,
you ain't got to worry about it.
It's, man. But you know what, man? It's like, I'm so grateful for that. Because now we got it's like we're not lazy. So like, we know what it's like to put that work in to do it that way.
Yeah.
And then to have this benefit, because I feel like you worked to this point. It wasn't just, oh, here you go. You never really appreciate having to like actually put in that work. So
big facts, man. Big facts. So, like you said, man, it's surreal. It's a surreal feeling, and I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for the year that we've been doing this so far, yo. Like
sir.
A year plus. Like we really started doing this July 2021. Even though the idea that we had to do this podcast was before then, right? We officially started putting in the work for this podcast in July of last year. We launched our first episode, I think it was August 26, 2021. Right now, today's August 27th.
27.
So it's a year and a day since we put out our very first episode.
Wow. Bro, you got a good memory because I didn't even remember that.
Only because I edit all of the episodes, or majority of the episodes.
And it has the dates on them?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
August 26th, yo. A year.
That's amazing, bro.
Give it up for a year, ladies and gentlemen.
Most definitely a lot can happen within a year.
For real, yo. Like, that's crazy.
So, dude, yeah. This is dope. This is definitely dope. This is a stepping stone. This is something that's just gonna actually bring about another opportunity probably for us that we don't even know yet.
Oh, yeah.
And this is going to keep going up from here, brother.
Especially in terms of collabs, man. I definitely want to shout out every single person that we have had on the show thus far within the last year. But the one thing about our previous setup was that we were limited to the amount of people we could have on the show.
Yeah.
We had 4 microphones, but for some reason, all 4 mics wouldn't work together the way that we were running it. And it was such a headache. Right. It was such a headache.
Goodness.
Now, we don't have to worry about 2 guests sitting here and having to share one mic. Each guest can have their own microphone.
Yeah.
And if we have 4 guests on the show, I bought splitters so that we can actually, like, 2 people can share. Instead of sharing a mic, they can their output can be split. So one output can be split into 2, and you can plug up 2 mics, and we can have 6 mics total attached to this one board.
Look at that, bro. Amazing, bro. So I'm grateful, bro.
Me too, man.
Thanks for doing your research, brother, and just looking up all this stuff. And because I didn't know nothing about this. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know nothing about XLR, Roadcasters, none of that, bro. So all this is new.
It's just like you said, you got to be coachable. You got to be willing to learn. I looked at a lot of the other podcasts that I listen to, and I'm like, okay, well, what is it that they're doing? What is it that they have that we don't have that we actually need? A lot of them, they started recording in like rooms and stuff. Now some of them actually record in actual studios. Mm-hmm. They have roadcasters. One of the podcasts that I watch on a weekly, they got a roadcaster. Yeah, they got a Roadcaster 2 now. Mm-hmm. They don't have the original anymore. They started with the original. Now they have the Roadcaster 2. And it's just like, yo, like that's the one that we were going to start with.
Yeah.
But because of the price difference, it's like, okay, well, granted the Roadcaster Pro 2 does more than the original. But it's like, hey, we ain't at the level of where we can just splurge $700 on a soundboard, you know, just for a few more features.
Yeah.
So with the second model coming out, the first model dropped in price like crazy. So I'm just like, you know what? Let's just go ahead with the first model. Let's start there.
Yeah.
One day maybe we can climb up to the Roadcaster Pro 2, and when we're able to get that, maybe the 3 will come out, and then be like, you know what? Let's just jump straight to the 3.
Guaranteed probably the 3. But yeah. they know what they doing. They know what they doing.
So yeah, man. You gotta be able to do your research. You gotta be able to be coachable. You gotta be able to be open to new things, man. You gotta learn from other people. Like I've been on other people's live streams, like other podcasts live streams, and seeing how they run their live streams, and you know we got a lot to learn still, even with that.
Yeah.
And man, like by the time we put this episode out, we would already have done our very first live stream. But in a few days, as of this recording, you know, we're going to have our very first live stream on YouTube.
For sure.
And I can't wait. But at the same time, I'm a little nervous because we've never done it before. Yeah. So it's going to be like riding a bike with the first time. We're going to have training wheels.
I mean, I think we're ready though. I'm not nervous. I just think it's something new. It's I'm more so just excited to see what it's going to be like. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we'll just take it from there, bro. Just see how it is, man.
And I'm curious to know, like, are people actually going to tap in? Are people going to tune in as we're live? Or?
I mean, for me, I'm at this place where it's like, you know, kind of like whatever happens.
Yeah.
The people that do tap in, they were supposed to tap in. Hey, the people that don't, they will later. That's it.
Yeah.
That's just where I'm at with it, man.
It's going to be like a slow burn, I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Almost definitely. It definitely will. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, that gives you time to actually perfect your craft. I mean, think about it. Do we really want like 1,000 people on our first live?
Oh, hell no. Oh, no.
Like, really think about that. Like, are we
maybe
really
like
ready?
990, but you know.
But like, will we really
I had to.
Will we be ready for that? Like, that's so I understand the power of, you know, gradual growth.
Yeah.
And it's something, it's like a protection within that. So I'm embracing that. So whoever show up, man, to that live that we have on Wednesday, hey, I appreciate you. See you there.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Yo, but with all of that out the way.
Completely forgot the intro.
Yeah, I mean, listen, hey, we 15 minutes in, but it's all because of excitement. Like, we had this crazy amount of excitement because of where we have been to where we are now. Like everything that we've gone to, everything that we have gone through up until this point. Right. You know, so it's bittersweet. But even though we are 15 minutes in,
y'all already know.
We got to go over some housekeeping rules real quick. So if you guys are new to the YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss when we upload a video. Also, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, and don't forget to leave a comment because we would love to interact with each and every single one of you guys who leaves a comment. And, you know, hey, this is a chance to chat with us because once we hit the point to where we have hundreds of comments on our videos, it's going to be that much harder for us to reach out to every single one of y'all. So take advantage of this right now. Yeah. And definitely, if you guys are listening to us on the many podcast platforms that we are on, we greatly appreciate it. And we just ask that you guys continue to like the streams, share it, you know, tell a friend to tell a friend, because if y'all know about it, you going to want somebody else to know about it. Y'all going to want to talk about our episodes because that's how we get down. Mm-hmm. So just make sure that you, you know what I'm saying, definitely share. Like, sharing is caring. That's all I can say with that. But don't forget to leave us a rating on that respective podcast platform because we would greatly appreciate all of the feedback that we can get from each and every single one of y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Most definitely. So with that being said, Mike, man, how was your week, brother?
I'm trying to think. This week was honestly just work. It was anything special. I'm learning just, that some days you're going to have some good days. You're going to have some, I don't even call them bad days. I just call some days that are just maybe a little bit more challenging just to figure out how to find that balance. So that's pretty much what the week was like this week. So it was just navigating and, I can honestly say I feel like I got tested with my mood. When things don't kind of go your way, it's easy to try to be angry or be mad, and then your whole day is kind of like that. But this week was like, okay, when something come at you, let's stay consistent with how we are. We know how we want to feel and how we operate when we feel good, so let's try to stay there no matter what is thrown at us.
Understood.
Yeah,
and I like how you put that, man. You don't want to say it's like a bad week, but it's a week with challenges.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different way to look at things, man. That was a key right there, real.
Look, brother, it is, man. I mean, it's so easy to be like, oh, man, it's bad, and then everything else can follow that. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm just trying to watch what I say.
Of course.
Be intentional with it so that, good things follow.
I dig that.
But yeah, brother, how was your week this week, my man?
My week was also full of work, but it was full of editing because I was able to switch certain things around with work.
Mm-hmm.
I technically had like 2 days off back to back this week, where I normally don't have those 2 days off per se, but I was able to put in a lot of time to edit the last 2 episodes that I have to put up. So by the time you guys are actually listening to this and watching this, those 2 episodes would have already been out. But, man, it's crazy because listening to one of the episodes that we have yet to put up, we actually said in the episode that the day that we were recording, I think it was like July 30th. Wow. So, yeah, it was like a month ago.
Oh, wow.
And we have yet to put it up. But, again, like I said, when you guys are listening to this, that episode would have already been out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that plus the episode afterwards, I was able to kind of, get ahead. I'm almost done. Like almost done. Like I'm thinking about throwing them up back to back and just putting out all the clips, together, in like rapid succession. So hopefully that'll work. That's something I've never done before. But shoot, if I can drop 2 podcasts like one day after the other or 2 in the same day, that would be awesome, I think.
Do you think the people are ready to digest that much?
Yo, we got some sharp listeners.
That's real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like we got some real sharp listeners. And not only that we have some sharp listeners, bro, we have listeners in different area codes for real.
Talk that talk.
I was looking at the analytics of our show. First and foremost, I would like to say thank each and every single one of y'all for tuning in. Like y'all have no idea how much this means to us.
Mm-hmm.
But we are not only being listened to in the United States of America, we are also being listened to in Germany, right? 4% of our listeners come from Germany.
Ooh.
96% come from the United States. 4% comes from Germany. But then we also have small amounts from other countries. And that's only going to get bigger. Only going to get bigger. But less than 1% of people are tapped in from the UK.
Come on, brother.
I don't even know anybody in the UK.
I ain't never been there.
Neither have I. So we have listeners in the UK. We have listeners in Puerto Rico.
Hey.
We have listeners in the Marshall Islands. I don't even know where Marshall Islands is.
Don't know what Marshall Islands is.
But shout out to you guys in the Marshall Islands, like for real.
Wherever y'all at, we're going to come visit one day.
One day. Shout out to y'all in the Marshall Islands. Shout out to y'all in Puerto Rico. Shout out to y'all in the United Kingdom, Germany, and of course, shout out to every single person listening to us in the United States. Keep sharing. Keep staying tapped in. We greatly appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Like that's major.
Nah, facts though.
Major.
Shout out to everybody in Puerto Rico though. I've been there before. Beautiful island, beautiful people, great weather. Just have to throw that out there.
I've never been, but I'm thinking about going for my birthday.
Dude, it's lovely. It's very lovely.
Especially since I don't need a passport. I got my passport, but I don't need a passport to go because it's part of the United States.
Yeah.
So
and your phone will work there.
Hey, I like that. So I'm with it.
Shout out, man.
But yeah, definitely. Also, I want to say shout out to every single person listening to us on the respective podcast platforms. Like I've said it before, but I can't thank you guys enough, man.
Mm-hmm.
67% of our listeners come from Apple Podcasts. So big ups to you guys. 16% listen on Spotify. 11% listen through their web browsers. Hey, that's crazy.
Interesting.
Right. I've never listened to a podcast on my web browser before, but it's interesting to know that it's possible.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I can definitely see that because I get a lot of times people approach me, and a lot of times they're older, and they might not be on like Instagram or Facebook or stuff like that. So I'm guessing the website is maybe an easier for them to listen to. Because I'm surprised that sometimes people come up to me like, "Yo, I've seen you. Like, I've heard your podcast, and you have a pod." Like, it's just mind blowing.
That's dope.
Like, literally, bro. Like, we weren't known like this.
No.
Oh,
especially not in the Marshall Islands. Yo, like, bro, I can't get over that.
Marshall Islands. I gotta look that up after this. I don't even know what it's at. I gotta give y'all some respect, bro. Like,
big facts, yo, for real. So that's my week in a nutshell, man. Just gearing up to have everything recorded and put out for everybody who has been tapped in thus far and will continue to tap in, because it's only up from here, man. We're only going to keep growing. We're only going to keep, expanding and going to other countries that we've never even probably heard of before. So, that's just crazy to me. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
When I was talking to some people that I work with the other day, and I was telling them, I was like, I have a podcast, and they was like, everybody was like, yo, what? You have a podcast? Like, it was almost like, you created a podcast? Mm-hmm. Whoa, that's kind of dope. And they went and looked us up on I think it was Spotify, and they was just like, yo, this is cool. Like, when people see a picture and then they actually see the episodes, they was like, yo, y'all are serious.
Yeah.
So it's different, man. It's dope. I definitely feel like we're on a good track, and sometimes it's like a reminder and I know you get this too, like when people ask you, hey, how did you start? Like, how do you do this and such? And we're able to like teach people on, the process of just getting to where we are now, which, we're technically still in the beginning stages.
Big facts, yo. we are not pros at this by any means, but we're working on it.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is we've actually if you look at it like a race or something like that, or like, we've been jogging, we've actually made some miles, just from where we are. So people are like, yo, how did you get all the way up there? So it's dope, man.
Because it's a marathon, not a sprint, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
this ain't no microwave thing over here, bro.
Slow burn, slow cooking.
Yeah, man. So for real, bro. That made me think, though. I was actually thinking about that this week, B. So how like our generation and the world is, everything is so, everybody wants things to be so fast, and that's not necessarily how things work. Like, for instance, I don't know if everybody has this in their house, right? We all have a microwave, right? Pretty sure we all have a microwave.
Yeah.
Microwave is cutting things in half, time in half, right? Or now the new thing is an air fryer. Air fryer is replacing an oven. It cuts the oven time in half. Everything wants to like cut time in half to get it done quicker.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't work with everything. Some things you just got to go through the process.
That's true. And it's crazy that you brought that up because, just thinking about how things were in our grandparents' time, like my grandparents, they had a microwave. So I know that I remember my grandfather used to use a microwave often, but of course, when he cooked, he would always cook on the stove. Like I rarely saw him like, quote unquote, cook anything in the microwave. Like when I was a child, I used to cook bacon in the microwave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Just because
putting napkins in it.
Yeah.
Come on,
just I think it would be like 4 or 8 minutes to cook bacon in the microwave, and not, bro. Like when I got older and I got introduced to like toaster ovens and stuff like that, and I was able to, because reason being, I say all of that because I wasn't allowed to really touch the stove when I was a kid, so I did everything in the microwave.
Understandable.
But as I got older, of course, I'm able to cook on the stove and use toaster ovens and the actual oven.
Yeah. Because
I couldn't pop open a can of Grand's biscuits and put it in the microwave.
I don't think that's gonna work.
So I mean, I say all of that to say certain things you just can't throw in the microwave at all.
Yeah. That's true.
Like you pop open a can of them biscuits, you got to put them in the oven. You got to put them in a toaster oven. It's going to take time to bake or cook or whatever. You can't toss a cake in that microwave.
No matter how quick you may want it to come out.
No.
Nah, that's exactly real talk. That's what it is right there, bro. So I think it's important that we learn the process, man, and appreciate it, bro.
Big facts. So, yeah, man. Slow and steady wins the race, I guess. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Man, well, I guess that's how the president and everybody's been thinking lately, slow and steady, because
Yo, they need to hurry up and give me my student loan relief. I ain't got time for none of that. Listen. What camera? President Biden, I'm gonna need you to do something.
Listen.
ASAP.
Listen. For everybody that has student loan debt that is funded from a federal, you may have heard the story or not. If you haven't, Joe Biden, our current president, has signed it's not a petition, or what is it, a bill to basically help students relieve them of some of their debt. So
I wish it was all.
Look,
honestly, wish it was all. But you know what? I can't complain. You're right.
You gotta be grateful.
I'm grateful.
He said that he's gonna wipe out $10,000 of anybody who has student loan debt who makes under $125K,
which is me,
and $20,000 if during that time period you got Pell grants as well.
Now I know I had some grants, but I don't know if they were Pell.
I think I actually had Pell grants at one time. I do think I'm. That's what I'm hoping. But I know I went out for Pell. For those of you that don't know what Pell is just like basically if you're making like a really low amount, like your income is really low, but you're still trying to be in school, a lot of times they'll help you out and give you more of they'll give you more financial help, and versus a loan. Like you don't have to pay certain amount back through Pell and stuff like that.
It might have been a Pell grant then, because like I said, I know I was rewarded extra money when I went to Georgia State. Mm-hmm. I had my student loans that I took out, but I also each semester I would get extra money on top of that.
Really?
Yeah, they were grants. I just, like I said, I didn't remember if they were Pell or not, but it might have been.
It could have been possibly.
I hope so, because I need that $20K taken off the top. You feel me?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now that if that happens, bro, oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's gonna be a big help for a lot of people, man. I don't have as much debt as maybe some other people, but I mean, of course, I'm pretty sure 10K will help out anybody. You take 10K of any, or what? So I hope that I think it's gonna go through. I think it's already going through. It's just the process of it.
And I found out that starting in October, if I'm correct from what I saw, what I read, starting in October, people will be able to see if they qualify for that student loan debt relief. Like they can start submitting applications and start to hear back to see if they actually qualify to get that debt wiped out.
Oh, you gotta fill out.
Yeah, you got.
Oh man, what? But I mean, I thought if it was all federal, well, I guess they got to see how much you make.
All of that, and then they also like what a lot of people are complaining about is like, well, I won't say complaining, but it does sound like a little bit like complaining. And it's no offense to you guys, who I'm about to talk about right now, but for the people who have already paid off their student loan debt, kudos to y'all, right? But a lot of those people are already really complaining about, not all, but a lot of them are complaining about, well, what if I paid off my debt already and I'm responsible? Like, can I get that money back?
Stop being greedy.
Right.
Stop being greedy.
Right. That's my thought exactly.
Look, if you had the money to pay it off, I mean, they might have didn't, but kind of you had the money at least to pay it off. So be grateful that it's got paid off.
Big facts.
The people that have not paid off clearly have not had the money, or they've been neglecting.
Like me.
They've been neglecting it.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that was the right button.
They either been neglecting it or deferring it. That's been me.
I've been deferring it for a while, and I started to pay a little bit here and there, and then it's just like, you know what? When the pandemic hit, it was like, oh, we're putting it on hold. Good.
Nah, facts.
Good.
Look, I've been like, yo, how long can I wait for it? Let me wait. Because I think they're actually extending it too.
To the end of this year, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to help out a lot of people as well. But I'm definitely grateful, but I ain't going to lie, B, it's like, I look at all of this that has happened, and I'm grateful for it, but to me, it's like, hey, it ain't really showing me the whole picture, B. I feel like there's something else.
What do you mean?
Like, they're going to wipe out debt, right?
Yeah.
Where does that debt go? You can't just wipe out debt. How can you? Like, so what, is somebody writing a check for all the people?
I mean, it's some sort of forgiveness. Like,
yeah, I could definitely see that. And we just call it even.
Call it even, Steven.
But then again, bro, it's the government we talking about. Like, government taxes. They want their bread. Uncle Sam.
That's probably how they're getting it, to be honest.
What you mean?
Through taxes.
Yeah, because I have heard some stuff about how they about to like really start taxing more small businesses and stuff like that. So Interest rates is going up. For those of y'all that don't know, interest is at 8% now. I want y'all to realize that.
Bruh.
Yeah, man. So I think we talked about this in another episode. I think at that current time, interest was at 7%. So yeah, I want y'all to realize that you need to be increasing your income. We talked about that, but we talk about that again a little later. Right. Increase your income because interest ain't going down. Just saying. I'm just saying. God. But yeah, man, I'm just to me, it's just I'm not like I'm happy, but at the same time, it's like, yo, it gotta be something more to this. You can't just take away no money and be like, yo, y'all good. We appreciate y'all. We understand. No, bruh. Something else. Something's gonna affect this. It's gonna be a cause and effect from this situation. I just don't know what.
Well, all I can think about is, to your point, where all the money's coming from and stuff like that. How they're constantly giving out so much money to Ukraine to help them out.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to want something back from Ukraine in return.
Yeah.
Whereas us, if they're going to wipe the slate clean with a whole bunch of stuff, they're most likely probably going to want something back from us in return too. And I get it. I get it.
What are they going to want back?
Probably increasing taxes. Probably no raises in minimum wage.
Because think about it. They're relieving people's debt who make under a certain amount of money, right? Normally, I've heard this. You might have heard this too. People, there's a certain group of people that actually get taxed more heavily. Like the rich don't get taxed as much as people who aren't as rich.
Right.
So, think about that.
It sucks and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but the way that I guess, I don't work for the government, so I can't say 100%, but the way that I've learned from people who make six figures plus is that the fact that they make so much money, they're able to pocket a lot of that money because of write-offs.
Yeah.
Mainly because a lot of people who own their own businesses, they provide jobs to people who don't own their own businesses.
And I do agree with that. I understand that.
And that's how they're able to tax W-2 employees versus taxing the business owners. Mm-hmm. Maybe they might find another way to tax the business owners, but every time we get a paycheck, money's already taken out of it.
Lord have mercy. Is it taken out? The more you make, the more they take.
So that's just what it is, man. Like there's a way for them to do that and for us not to really say anything about it because that's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll never forget when I got my very first job at 16, one of my cousins who I was living with at the time, she said, this is pretty much going to be the first day of the rest of your life. Mm. She was implying that I was going to be working for the rest of my life.
Mm. I mean, that's not a true statement.
I mean, it's not when you think about it, especially for us, because we're not going to be a part of the rat race for the rest of our lives. Like we're working on a way to get out.
Right.
But for the most part, a lot of people don't have that mindset. They don't think about ways to get out. They're just in it because they think that that's all that they have. They don't have any other choices. They don't have any other options, or they don't know of any other options.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But then I look at it, well, I don't know, that's too political. I'm not gonna get into the political thing. That's not my style. That was just my main thing with it. I want to know what's gonna happen after, because this has been a talk that's been going on. Dude, think about every president has this talk. Every president is talked about like, yo, what are you gonna do about student debt? So for Joe Biden to do it, hats off to Joe Biden.
What do you want to say to Joe Biden right now? What's up, baby?
Nah, like for real, like he definitely he's winning some votes for re-election time if he wants to get re-elected. But I just want to see what's gonna happen after. And this also makes me think, for them to have to do this, does that show that the system is failing? Like, is that you have so many people that need debt relief?
Yeah.
Well, what's going on? Why is it that so much debt is being taken out? Like, why is it that it costs so much and you're not providing enough jobs when they get out? What's the point? Because I thought going to college, you're supposed to get a great job, right?
Allegedly.
So what the problem is? Because I've heard something like, I don't know, I don't know if this would be true, but somebody talked about like, well, okay, since they're doing this and they're going to be taking out, helping people out with their debt, our college is going to go up now because of that.
I'm sure they are.
Like, so.
I mean, to be honest, man, college tuition is just going up every year anyway. Like, it really is, man. When I went to school, like, tuition wasn't as high as it is now.
I believe it, bro.
And I've even been thinking about going back to school.
Say word.
I don't even know, man. I don't do that. I don't know.
Look, man, I don't know, bro. I do want to get it paid off, though. I am grateful for all of this, you know, but I'm also like, okay, what's going to happen next? And, you know, it's just, I'm grateful for where I live, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of things that need to get fixed.
Mm-hmm.
So, get your bread up, people. More than 8%. Invest.
Message.
Facts, bro. That's something we need to talk about too more. We need to talk about how can people help people get out of the rat race. Some people may not know. Some people may not have that education or just that information or the environment or, you know, different things. So they might just need to hear from us, B.
Hey, next episode, we can make a whole episode about it.
How to get out the rat race. Let's do it.
We're going to do it.
Nah, let's do it, man. For real, bro.
Or maybe we can make that our first live topic. No. Let's save that for an episode. I think we should save it for an episode.
Yeah, don't give it to them on the first one yet.
Nah. That's a little too heavy. That's a little too heavy for some people. They're not going to be able to catch that. But for our listeners, we got some sharp listeners. So
yeah,
they're going to be able to catch that.
We do have sharp listeners. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that.
Most definitely. Hey, and we are not by any means any like professional financial advisors, none of that. We just throwing some ideas out that we have heard from other people who have reached the level of success that we want. Financial success anyway. So yeah,
most definitely. And I mean, dude, look, listen, I've managed to start my ideal of success is different from everybody else's idea, but to me, I believe when you can take an idea and you can make it a reality in some way, shape, or form, that is success.
Oh yeah,
you took something that wasn't necessarily real and made it real. So listen,
like this, man, this was a dream for us. Like
example,
we've been talking about this for months,
dude. Success, like regardless of the matter whether we reach $100 million, whether we reach 100 million followers, no matter what, regardless, we are a success because people know us now. We've created a lane for ourselves. And this is going to grow depending on us.
Created a following and all of that, man. We are almost at 100 subscribers on YouTube. You hear me? We have like 91 or 92 subscribers on YouTube right now. We have, like, we're close to 400 followers on IG.
Yeah.
We have like, I think 86 or 87 followers on TikTok. Like, we're getting up there, man.
Yes, sir. But I had people like asking, like, yo, how can I how can I promote y'all, man? Like, you know, I go to my school and tell people about y'all and stuff like that. Like we have people now that want to be invested into us because we've invested into this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is, bro. It's a bar. That's the key right there. We've invested into this.
That's
now
crazy.
People want to invest into us because that's how it works. You got to show people that value, bro.
And when we started this, we didn't even think that was going to happen. We had no idea.
No, bro. Not at all. We were just thinking podcast. Like, how did we start a podcast?
Yeah.
We had no idea what it really means to run a podcast, bro.
Not at all, man.
Think about that.
Yo, but I was talking to a fellow podcaster yesterday, and, you know, we were talking about, like, the live show and everything that we're about to do. Like, you got to crawl before you can walk.
Yeah.
You got to walk before you can run.
Yeah.
There's certain things that you have to do in a succession. Like, and it has to be in a specific order. We had to experience all of the failed recordings that we had in the past.
Yes, Lord.
All of the times that GarageBand didn't work for us. All the times that Logic didn't work for us, and it would just stop and not record at all. Now all of a sudden we have the means to just have a soundboard in front of us, push the record button, have it record on the SD card that's preloaded.
Yeah.
And then whenever we're ready to edit, pop the SD card out, pop it in the computer, we good to go.
Yeah. But it speaks to that because it's like we didn't give up even when those times when it was like it wasn't working. Like as much as frustrating as it was, right? We was like, you know, let's try to make some work, and then something will happen, and then we'll get it going.
Because we could have easily just said, you know what, let's not record today,
bro. Like we good. Nah, facts.
let's not record today. We good. We can try it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
But we didn't, and we just kept going, and that's why, like you said, it makes you appreciate this ease right here of use so much more. It makes it so much more greater because we didn't give up, and we appreciated those times when we had to work.
Most definitely, yo. Like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It is, bro. But I mean, I think that's life, man. And I think that we all got to take that as a lesson and appreciate it because, hey, look, it's you can achieve anything that you really want, man. You just got to put that time in.
Big facts.
I love it, man. I love it. I will say this though, B. For those of you that don't know, I've saved a lot of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Boy, if you don't get...
Bruh. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Cut it out.
Oh, man.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. No, I actually don't even have Geico. I know that.
I'm going to load some more sounds into this board, but that's all I got for right now. So I couldn't find the right one, but you know.
No,
stop the cap.
Yo, let's go.
That is funny. That's funny. Nah, man. Honestly, I like to hear myself talk now because it's like,
clearly
we have headphones now. This is different. Never heard the feedback like this before, so this is cool.
Now you know, like, and you know what? That means a lot because whenever I would edit, even before I would get to editing, what was one thing I would tell you every time before we started recording?
Say it with your chest, little. Just like that, he would. Yo.
I would never say it just like that, but I would always tell this man to say it with his chest. And no matter what, there would be times in the episode where he would just, you know, yo, Mike, I cannot hear you. So if I can't hear you, the people can't hear you. And then when I'm editing, the voice would be so low. So it's like I can't even really hear. Bro, Mike, wait, man, speak up.
I had to learn, brother. Look, I'm still learning, man. Look, and I just learned this week. Because I follow this guy, I don't even know his name, but he's like a speaking coach, right? And he taught me that your voice that you talk with on a daily basis, that is not your speaking voice. He was like, you have a habitual voice and then you have an actual speaking voice. And that just made me think because it's like when we talk, we think, okay, this is how I talk. But no, if you listen to him, you could tell his comes from the diaphragm. Like he speaks with a lot of like, it's full. And it's like, we don't intentionally think, okay, if I adjust my level, then this is how I can sound. Like, we don't really think about that. But, like, when it comes to speaking, it's important. So I'm learning this as I go, and it does make sense when you say
yo, you know what? It's crazy that you say that because sometimes I do that unintentionally, but it happens. Like, I can't even really do it now, but, like, my normal voice, kind of like this, I guess, you know, I can hear myself, but this is my normal speaking voice, but sometimes I could just alter my voice, you know what I'm saying? Just get that little bit, that extra bass, you know? When I tell you to say it with your chest, man, say it with your chest.
Nah, for real.
And this really isn't, it's not hard for me to do this. Like, it's not hard for me to add that extra bass. Like, it's, like, it comes naturally. Like, I can just switch on a dime, but it's so much easier to hear.
Yeah.
If I start speaking like this.
Yeah.
And maybe I start doing this in front of an audience. Like, it's just that much. Like, I feel like the mic picks up a lot more when I do it. Maybe when I do it this way. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking just to talk, but I can understand where you're coming from with that aspect. You know what I'm saying?
You could definitely tell a difference when you speak like that, though. You can hear it. So.
It's there. I think we all have the ability to do that, but our normal speaking voice is just, we don't even think about it.
We don't.
And even like just hearing the feedback in these headphones as we are talking, you know, you can
difference.
Yeah, it does,
bro. It's like, whoa, okay. Now I really do get what you mean when you say it with your chest, little. No, I'm not gonna say all the words.
Oh, somebody! He needs some milk.
Those are my thoughts exactly. Every time I catch you not saying it with your chest, because it's like, yo, wake that little man up, man. Yeah. He need to be able to speak. Yo, you got to speak to the people. We run a show. We run a podcast. People need to hear us.
You're right.
And I'm sitting here having full conversations with you, and then you'll say or but it's like, yeah. Like, Mike, nobody can hear that.
Yo, you right. I'm now going to be more intentional as far as using like a speaking voice too. So
please do, for real. Please.
Thank you. Man, but yeah, man, I think this, for those of y'all that haven't learned by now, this episode was more so just gonna be like, we just reflecting, I think sometimes we can get so ahead and, so habitual in doing stuff that we don't really look back at what we've achieved and appreciate.
Big facts, because I mean, just like we've talked about in the past before, sometimes I'll look at episode 1 and listen to it and just to see how far we've come.
Yeah, man.
And you said that you cringed whenever you try to play episode 1 just because we were different podcasters at the time. Like we were, like it was the first episode. We were literally crawling to record that. Not literally, obviously, but we were figuratively crawling.
Right.
Metaphorically speaking, with that episode, man. We did not know what we were doing. We were nowhere near the level that we are now.
Nope.
We didn't even have our first guest till episode 25 or 26. So no, 25, excuse me. But just like it took us a while to get to where we are.
Yes, sir.
But this episode is really all about reflection.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that a little bit later in the episode, but we definitely want to go over a few more things before we get to that. But I definitely think that you guys are going to enjoy what we have in store for the rest of this episode after the time.
Yes, sir. Right
now. What time is it, Mike?
Man, it's that time, brother.
What time is it, brother?
Can we even call it dessert? I don't even know anymore.
I don't even know, but you know what? I'm gonna come up with a sound for it. Maybe a little jingle or a song or something.
Oh, that'd be hard.
Okay. Yeah, it would be, but I ain't got it right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
But for now, it's that time.
It's that time.
Of the episode where we go over the answers of the week for the previous week.
Mm-hmm.
This is the question of the week segment, ladies and gentlemen. So, Mike, with that being said, brother, what was the question of the week last week?
So the question from the week from last week was, what does peace mean to you?
That was a good one.
Yes, sir. It was.
I don't think we gave our answers in the previous episode.
I don't think we did.
Okay. Do you have an answer?
Yeah, most definitely. For me, bro, peace is an asset. Peace is the goal. I think I can only speak for myself. Peace is one of the most important things to me, because without peace, nothing else really matters. I can have all the money in the world, but if I do not have peace, it does not really mean anything to me. I can have the most beautiful wife in the world, the greatest marriage, but if there's no peace in it, I don't want to be there. So,
I dig that.
Dude, peace to me that's essential. I have to have peace. I am not JaMichael if I do not have peace in my life.
Yo, what you said about marriage, though, that's key, because what I'm looking for in my future wife, she got to be able to bring me peace, man.
Yes,
she could be the baddest in the world.
Look,
but if she don't bring me peace, if she's a consistent headache, I don't want her.
You wouldn't want to be home.
Right. I wouldn't. I'd want to stay out with the fellas or stay at work, pull extra hours at work, or put extra hours into something else that I love. Like, not saying that I would creep. I ain't about that lifestyle, but yeah, I wouldn't want to go home.
Yeah, man, I agree. So for those of y'all that like are in that dating phase or, aspiring to have marriage or, a good relationship, dude, I know we all want a good looking partner or somebody that has a good personality, but man, make sure you want peace. Like, y'all are on a good page, because that's what's going to sustain y'all.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's what peace means to me. What about you?
Peace to me just means having tranquility. Just being able to be at ease.
Yes, sir.
The main thing, like what you said, like you can have all the money in the world, but if you ain't got no peace, it don't matter. Like, peace is something that I want to be able to enjoy. Like, with all the money in the world, like when we get to the point to where we are literally pushing Ferraris because we can afford it, you know what I'm saying? We wake up in the morning before we have to go record or whatever. Like, I don't want to have to wake up to an alarm because I got to rush to work.
Yeah.
I want to wake up on my time.
Yes, love.
I want to wake up whenever I want to get up, just because I have to get up, and not really have to get up, but I want to get up, or I anticipate waking up to being able to do like a morning routine. And after my morning routine, I just want to be able to live throughout my day the way I want to.
I agree.
No worrying about stressing because of traffic. Like, oh man, I got to be to work at this time. Now I got to sit in traffic, unexpected traffic at that.
Yeah.
Because people just cause traffic just to cause it, I think. But that's peace to me. Being able to do pretty much what you want to do whenever you want to do it because you can.
Mm-hmm.
And just to have, I hate to define a word with using it in the definition, but to have that peace of mind. Well, that's a different, no, that's the same piece in that sentence, but don't mind me. Just being able to have peace of mind, to be able to relax and do whatever it is that I wanted to do whenever I want to do it. And same thing, like you said, with the marriage. Mm-hmm. I want my wife to be able to bring me peace. I want to be able to bring her peace. I want us to be able to enjoy each other,
yes, sir,
and not be consistent headaches to one another.
Yes, sir. I feel that.
So that's that.
I definitely agree with you on that one, brother. It should be no other way to live, man.
For real.
For real, brother.
So let's take a look at some of the answers that we received from the previous question of the week, starting with
the bots. Shout out to all the bots.
We ain't got time for the bot responses.
Dude.
If they didn't really help with the algorithm, I would have deleted those comments. But let's start off with Call Me Tony.
All right.
He said, peace to him means a still mind. Mm-hmm. And he put a meditation emoji. And that is...
I agree.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I can get with.
Yeah, man. Think about it, bro. I talk to so many people throughout the day, bro, that don't know how to quiet their mind, or don't know how to clear out stuff or like garbage, or if you're familiar with computers, you know how they say cache, right?
Yeah.
You don't know how to clear out the cache, and that's
not CASH, but CACHE.
It's just literally like built up stuff that you've attracted along the day, and it's like, bro, if you don't know how to do that, man, that can really mess you up.
It'll cloud up your storage, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's important. So I agree with you on that one, Tony.
Who's next?
Oh, man, for my favorite podcaster friend, the Roll Up. Peace to me means a quiet mind and a content heart in any given situation. Starts with gratitude. That gratitude turns into humility. Humility turns into peace. A lot of times we get caught up in the bills, work, relationship that we forget to take a second just to sit in a calm space and breathe. Yes, Lord, he's right.
Yeah.
Dude. Yesterday I was yesterday? It was yesterday, the day before yesterday, bro. I was like just doing so many different things, and I got to a point where I was just sitting down, and the TV was on, but it wasn't on nothing, and I'm like, I need to just sit and meditate. But it was like so many other things were like trying to battle for my attention, but I'm like, no, right now meditation is important. I just need to sit and quiet. That's hard for people, B.
You know what? It's funny that you mentioned that, because before I pulled up with all of this new equipment, right? Mm-hmm. One of the reasons why I was late. Sorry, I was late, Mike. I'm sorry. I'm putting that out there. I was late.
Yeah, go and spit the tea. Why you?
This man sent me a text message of somebody looking at their watch and waiting in the field of grass, bruh, because he was waiting for me to show up. I'm like, yo, I'm here. I just pulled up. Calm down. But I wanted to make sure that I showed up really knowing how to use a good chunk of this equipment here. Like, granted, I've had it for 3 weeks, but I haven't really been able to actually sit down and use it, because I was editing previous episodes. I was editing clips. I was trying to plan what we're going to do for this live show.
Yeah.
I was reaching out to people to join us for the live show. Like, I just had so many things that were needing my attention.
Yeah.
And then, you know, my dog wants to come up to me with a ball and try to play, because all she wants to do is play. Love my dog to life, but come on, I need you to sit down and chill out. Got work to do. But you know what I'm saying? Like, just all that stuff is just grabbing my attention. And of course, when I'm not at home, I got to go to work. When I'm at work, I got to focus on work. I can't focus on the podcast, because then I won't be able to do my job. But hey, I just need to sit down and chill.
Yeah, man.
Focus on one thing, or focus on nothing at all, and just gather my thoughts and regroup and gather myself.
Yeah. We don't really look at that as an important thing to do. We think that that's kind of like what's the word? It's inactive, or it's counterproductive to what we have to do. But no, bro, like when you sit by yourself and just take time, and I like to go to YouTube and I'll put on like meditation music and just literally for 5 minutes just try to clear your thought. Just try to clear your mind. Don't have nothing on your mind. It resets you. It makes you. It gives you a focus that you don't really think about at times. I think it's important that we should more of us should do.
That's key right there.
Yeah, because they don't think about it. They don't teach you this in school.
No,
they don't, bro.
Not at all.
But it's important. So I don't know. Maybe that can be an episode or something like that. We could talk about that more. But I think that's a key thing. For real.
And we greatly appreciate the responses that we've gotten on this one.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for taking your time out to answer this, and we're gonna keep them coming.
Yes, sir.
Now, we can't just give the answers of the week from the previous episode without literally giving you the question to the next one.
Yes, sir.
If any of that made sense, I'm still.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
I do.
Somebody.
Listen, the excitement is still getting to me. I can't even really speak right now.
Yeah,
because this really is a change that we've been waiting for so long. Like, we've been itching for this. And now it's finally here. It's a reality. So forgive me if I can't formulate all my sentences the way that I need to at the moment. Maybe things will be different in the next episode because the excitement would have settled down.
Got the little jitters out of the way.
But Mike, what was I trying to say?
Oh, man, he was just trying to allude to, we can't leave y'all with just one answer from the week or the previous question of the week. We got to give y'all something new for this week.
There you go.
You already know. So what it is, B, what do we got for him this week, man?
All right, so the question of the week for this episode is, would you rather be debt-free or have millions of dollars with debt? Now, when we say millions of dollars, how many millions are we talking about?
Okay, we want to get a number. Let's keep it at a reason. Let's do 1 or 2 million.
2 million? Okay, so let's rephrase that question then. Would you rather be debt-free or have $2 million while still having debt?
Yeah. What would you have?
Give me the 2 mil.
2 mil?
Because if I have the 2 mil, I'll be able to pay off my debt or be able to work around that debt and still invest and build my fortune. But I think that's because of my mindset.
Yeah.
Now, if I were to be asked this question years ago, I still probably would take the 2 million, but I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, a lot of people who win the lotto, they just spend.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with their money.
Yeah.
Maybe some people pay off a good amount of their debt, but then once all that money is gone,
then what?
Right.
And that makes me think like, okay, like you said, if you don't have the knowledge to handle that amount of money, yeah, you may pay off some debt, but then the stuff you may buy or try to get into may end up putting you in more debt.
True.
That you not have enough cash flow in to be able to take care of.
Correct.
So
I probably wouldn't go and pay off all of my debt right away. I would take that 2 mil, pay off a good amount of debt, maybe 30% of my debt, 40% of my debt, and then, take the rest of that money and invest a huge chunk of it.
Yeah.
Maybe out of whatever's left after paying off 30% of my debt, take 50% of what's left over, invest, and then the other 50%, I'll save 25%, and then break up the other 25%. Like, I'll write everything down so I can keep track of it, but then break up the other 25% and have fun.
It's tough. I don't really know what I'll do. I want to be debt free, but a couple M's. I don't know. Like you said, it depends on your mindset.
I mean, that's pretty much what it all boils down to. Like, with the mindset, if I can take 50% of 2 million, which is $1 million, flip that and make 20 more 1 million with that. That's $20 million.
Yeah.
You know for a fact I can pay off the rest of my debt when I have that 20 mil.
But that's easy to say when you feel like you get it all at once. But then it's like, what are you doing with the money you have now? Because that's an indication of what you'll do with the millions of dollars that you get.
That is true. But then that's why I said that I would split the funds. I would take 50% of that 2 million to flip and invest. Just invest so I can see that money back however long it's going to take, whether it takes me a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Take that million, flip it, take the other million, pay out 30% of the debt, and then whatever's left over, I'll divide that money up, to where I have some money set aside, like the smallest amount possible to be able to have fun, buy whatever I want to buy, travel, whatever. and then have the rest of my money in my savings.
Yeah.
To where it's like, okay, I have money to fall back on. So once I'm not saying I'm really going to blow through all that spending money or that fun money with a quickness, but if I do blow through all of it, I still have money in my savings. And then I have my investments working for me. Like we talked about in the previous episode, have your money work for you, right? I'm going to have that money work for me. And then I'm going to be able to take that investment money as it's coming back to me. Maybe I won't get, 20 million back at once. Maybe it'll come back slowly, like 500,000 a piece. I don't know. But take that money and start to put it wherever else I needed to go. Pay off more debt here. Replenish my fund account. Add more to my savings, whatever. Like,
yeah,
that's what I plan to do. So I would love to have, in this scenario, I would like to have the 2 million while still having debt, because my mindset will allow me to figure out how I can pay off debt while still increasing my money and be able to have fun.
I feel that. I definitely see that. I'm just gonna put it all in black. Just gonna put it all in black. 2 mil on black.
What is wrong with you?
2 mil on black, bro. We hit.
And then once you lose it all, then what?
I tried. Nah, let me stop. I'm only gonna put $500,000 on black.
Stop the cap.
You right, 250. Nah, man.
Dang.
Nah, that's funny though. But I definitely would take some to casino. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna try to come up tax free on that one. Just saying.
Yo, but the thing I could imagine you doing that. Like, even if you were to take not even 250,000, but you took like 50,000, right?
I'll do that.
You'd probably put 50,000 on black and then lose it all.
And then we got like, yo, I got this next one. Give me another 50K, because we're going to get that 50K back. We're going to double that up, yo. Double down, put another 50K on there, all right? Come on. It's going to hit black, and we're going to be back up, and we're just going to go play with that money.
Or it could go the opposite way, and then people will be looking at you like,
Oh! Somebody, he needs some milk.
I probably would. You probably would have to call my wife. Come get me. Please come get me.
get that man off that table, yo. He need to stay away from the table because he's blowing all his money away.
Yeah, nah, I like to. I ain't gonna lie. I do like to gamble, but at the same time, I don't like to lose a lot of money. So I will get my butt up out of there for real.
Oh man, yo. But with that being said, that has been a great episode.
Yes, sir.
An amazing episode. With new quality, yo.
With
like
great quality, man. I feel very presidential as I speak right now. Like I feel like y'all can hear me enunciate words, man.
Yo, big facts. Because again, like whenever I would edit, yo, I would really be ticked off at this point that your voice would be stupid low and I couldn't hear nothing that you were saying.
Yo. Thank you for coming to the Residual.
Right, like come on, man, say it with your chest, like
when you doing the podcast.
Yo, now we can really do ASMR.
No,
like, yo, I'm not doing that, but I'm just saying.
That's dope, the fact that we can even do that. So yeah, man, this is definitely the beginning of something beautiful, and I'm grateful, and I hope that, just as much as we can hear the quality grow, I hope that y'all can hear it as well.
Big facts.
Yeah, man.
Now I can't wait to see what it's like when we have guests on the show to be able to hear everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And to get that just reaction, they be like, yo, they gonna be like, yo, these are official, bro.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be dope, bro.
Yeah.
It's dope, man.
So with that being said, we are definitely not going to leave y'all empty-handed.
No, sir.
On the way out, we are going to flash back to this previous year that we have had in this podcasting industry. 40 episodes in, man. We got a lot of content to kind of hit y'all back with. So we're gonna do some flashbacks for y'all, so y'all can just see how far we have come from the very first episode to now.
Yes, sir, man.
So again, thank each and every single one of you guys for tuning in to the Residual Impact Podcast.
Thank you.
Episode 40.
Episode 40. We 40 years old. Okay, maybe not.
Let's just say I had that button ready. Like my finger was already on the button. That's not what I meant to press. Like I was, before he said that dumb stuff.
We 40 years old, yo.
I was going to do that, but I already have my finger on a different button. So it's just muscle reaction. We are getting used to this, okay?
Yes, we are.
We are getting used to this. Like, eventually we're going to be pros. I'm not going to be pressing the wrong buttons.
Oh, man, that's funny.
But thank you guys so much. It's definitely been a pleasure. Now y'all can give a round of applause.
Yes, sir.
As we go back in time to show y'all where we started and how far we have come from episode 1. So before we do that, you know we cannot leave without saying one thing.
Where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you've had in the past.
And speaking of the past, here goes our past year right here, right now. Hope you guys enjoy.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JaMichael Moore.
And it's your man, Brandon Gio.
And we are the Residual Impact Podcast, where we inspire others to find the greatness that's within themselves
and apply it to their communities. What's going on, everybody? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your boy, JaMichael Moore.
And we are the Residual Impact Podcast. Welcome, everybody, to episode 1, a.k.a. What's Happening Now. I've actually been putting in a lot of work with the podcast, man. We're on Spotify now.
Yes.
You feel me? We are on Google Podcasts now.
Check.
You know what I'm saying? We're on other platforms as well. Just waiting to get the clear from Apple to be on Apple Podcasts, but we're getting there.
Yes.
That way we can say we're on all major platforms.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick. Now, for everybody else who is not on OnlyFans but still has a smartphone, find something that you're good at. Use that phone. Use social media that we're on every single day. Use that to your advantage and find a way to make money off of that. Leverage.
That's it. Or you can continue to allow a job to leverage themselves, because all they're doing is basically saying, hey, we're going to give you this 13 whatever amount of hours. That's their leverage. And in exchange, we just want your time for 40 hours. Mm-hmm. So the leverage is going to work either way. They're just leveraging a couple of dollars in front of your face, which is not bad, but that's what they're doing.
Right.
And you could choose to take that and, kind of be disappointed because it's not necessarily your worth, but it's what they're giving you at the time, which sounds good. Or you can create your own leverage. I think that's the biggest thing. So,
Bars.
So be talking about creating some leverage. Or you can take some leverage that they're giving you. Which one do you want?
Create the leverage or become leverage.
Red pill, blue pill.
You decide.
Bars. That's good. We do want to give a major shout out to our boy Flawless.
Yes, sir.
For a new track that we do have.
So, yeah, the intro that y'all heard today, that was Flawless on the track. So,
yes, sir.
Shout out to that brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much for doing that for us, man. You killed it.
Nah, for real, man. Like, you did your thing, seriously, in a short span of time, too. So
yeah, extreme short span of time, yo. Like, just dropped it on. I'm like, yo, can you do this for us? He was like, yeah, man, I got you. And he came through.
People got to be passionate about starting them or seeing the vision of it. When you dancing, when you doing the wobble, when the wobble come on, the vision is like, yo, we about to hit that, yeah. So what's next. Yeah. I guess when starting a business or those things, we don't always necessarily know or believe what could be next, and maybe that's what stops us. But I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one, B. We need that. We really do.
And that's a good amount of what we're actually going to touch on today with this episode. But before we get there,
how was your week?
Bruh. Oh, yeah.
My bad, ladies and gentlemen. My bad. I thought you were about to say something else. Okay.
I kind of was, but I was like, wait a minute.
My bad.
I was kind of waiting to see if you would jump in there. With that,
Yeah, I got you.
I guess we could say that as a blooper.
I got you. Whew.
But yo, 2 weeks from tomorrow, your man about to be another year older.
Yikes, spikes, bro! That's growth, my brother. That's another year added to the tally. How do you feel? Like what's going through your mind right now?
New year, same me.
Okay. As far as like editing goes, I've been trying to grow in editing and learning more. You've been teaching me a lot of more stuff.
You've been doing a great job with editing. So,
thank you,
yeah,
man. Thank you.
Keep it up.
It was like actually one night, bro. I was up to like 5 a.m., brother.
Seriously?
I realized, yeah. But it's crazy because, bro, you know how they talk about, when you're doing something that you actually love, like you don't even realize the time that goes by doing it. Bro, I was like literally up till 5 a.m. one night doing this, and I was like, okay, all right, let's just go to bed now. Like I was okay with that. And I was like, man, like when it comes to this editing and doing this, it's like I know we're putting our foot towards something that, bro, this is us. Like we created this, bro. Yeah. So it's like we're gonna see the fruit of it. So it's just like I don't feel the same like when I'm working on my job. Like I'm tired. Like I'm just ready to go home. Nah, bro. Like I can do this all night.
Most definitely. That hard work is paying off, right? We are now. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode.
What's that?
Right? But we are now on Amazon Music. Right? We are on Amazon Music. And if you have, for anybody who's listening to us or watching us, if you have an Amazon Echo, all you have to do is say, Alexa, play the Residual Impact podcast.
Ooh.
And our podcast will come on.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's fire.
Yep. I tried it in my house and I was shocked. Like,
Dude.
she threw out the name, the episode title, like all of that. And I'm just like, yo, we weren't there initially. Like when we thought about this, we didn't know that we could do that.
No.
Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, man. Our first guest.
Yo, for real. The very first.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Real talk, man.
Feels good to be the first one. I'm Soldier Boy.
Yo, no cap. No cap. We have some guests on the show today.
Uh-oh.
Guests number 1 and number 2, please introduce yourselves.
I guess you're one.
Oh, I can be one.
Okay.
My mom always raised me ladies first, so I just,
Gentlemen.
All right. My name is Truth, and I'm currently RVing up and down the East Coast, and I'm just excited to be here.
Welcome, Truth.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
What's up, y'all? I am Alexander Benjamin Lowe. I say the whole name because that's just what I do. And I'm a college student finishing up, and I share my story about my journey of self-love and development right about now. So, yeah.
Hey, that's what's up.
Thank you.
Very special guest in the building today.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Uh-oh.
R&B singer.
R&B?
Model.
What?
Actress.
Okay.
Songwriter.
Oh,
Who is she? She sound kind of fire.
Miss Autumn Jeanette is in the building. How are you doing, Autumn?
Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for having me. I'm
No
doing
problem.
amazing, and I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us, because we are happy to have you here.
We really are.
Yeah, no, I've been looking forward to this ever since we met.
But I'll let this brother explain more to y'all what he's doing and who he is, man. So I just want to welcome to the show, Ed, everyone.
So, welcome, Ed. What's going on, brother? How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank
Good
you.
to have you, brother. Good to have you, man.
Nice to be had.
Hey, it's always nice to be had, I guess.
Yeah, you should want to be had. It's like a validate. It's like needed a little bit.
There you go. I
It's
like
nice
that.
to be wanted around.
We already looking brighter today because we got some new lights in the building.
Man, got quality equipment, brother, in this
Big
podcast.
facts. And with that being said, man, we got some quality guests too.
Yes, sir.
You know, I know you guys might have heard some laughter in the background a little earlier. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our 2 guests for today's episode. Shout out to you guys, man. Tell everybody about yourselves. Let's start with Ant. What's going on, man?
What's good, y'all? My name's Ant. Stage name Tony. I'm an aspiring artist, aspiring actor, content creator, dancer. What else? Congolese, and yeah, that's me.
Dope.
No
man.
doubt. Welcome, Ant.
Yes, sir.
Sean.
What's good? It's
The
your boy.
Sean Mike Anderson, man. I've shouted you out
what's
so
good?
many times on the show.
Thanks.
The man is finally here in the flesh,
in
ladies
the
and
flesh.
gentlemen. He's here.
What's good? It's your boy Sean Anderson, aka Shawnee Knox. I'm an independent artist from Nashville, Tennessee. Just serial entrepreneur. I love photography. I love just creativity, and I love the Residual Impact show. So we here.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, B, like, technically, we are living out our name, bro. Like, from us just starting this, right, we have given a residual impact to other people that now, like, they're on the show. They've seen the value that we give, so now we, like, putting them, and then they about to get some more value.
Yeah.
So it'll be another impact, gonna be just all residual. Yo, it's a whole cycle, brother. It's a whole cycle, man, out here.
So listen, man, that's a blessing in itself.
Who the guest, though?
Who the guest?
Who the guest?
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and only media maven, which, by the way, I got to ask her about that title in a little bit. But the one and only media maven, Miss April. What's going on today? How you doing?
Oh my gosh, that introduction. Wow. And you got it right. The media maven. I love it. I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Good, thank you.
That's good.
But nah, man, we got two special guests in the building, man, and I just want to, start off by introducing. Well, I want y'all to introduce yourself. So we're gonna start with my boy right here. I'm not even gonna say your name. I want you to say your name and just, tell the people who you are.
All right. Well, thank you for allowing me to be here today. I appreciate y'all.
Most definitely, thank you for being here.
Look, my name is Winton. I'm a college student. So I'm about to graduate next year. I'm just out here trying to get my life together, mentally, physically, financially, all things on an accord. So I'm hoping that I can bring wisdom and whatever else I have to the table today.
Let's go.
For sure. I love that. Next up, who we got?
What up, man? It's your boy Play. I finally got in the building. Took me a minute to get an invite, but you know what I'm saying? I was excited when I seen it, though. But my name is Play. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer from New York, but I've been in Atlanta for a while. Just trying to live out my dreams, make something happen.
I feel it, bro.
Let's get it.
I love it, man. First off, that we have like this different dynamic of people. One of the things I like about this show is that we bring literally just everyday people in here.
Yeah.
It's not all about having somebody who got fame, who got already a bunch of status or anything, but it's just about showing people that we all have something to give, bro. Literally, we got dynamics in here right now.
Of course.
So, man, I just love it.
And listen, that's not to say that we don't appreciate anybody who stops by with a blue check. It's happened already. Y'all know that if you've been watching and listening to us, so it's happened. Price has gone up. As Fat Joe would say,
yesterday's price is not today's price.
We got something special for the people that they're not really ready for, and I'm just excited, to introduce them to the world.
Hey, let's get it, man. So who we got?
Man, so we got me, y'all. I just want to talk about me real quick. It's all me. Nah, let me stop. Oh, man, so first, man, we got JaMichael. We have Yachty in the building. These two people, first and foremost, I've known them for years, and when I tell you, sometimes for me, being around them so much, I take it for granted how talented they are and how blessed I am to know people like this, and, I really want the world, which I think the world knows about them, but we just want to expose them more to the world, and as far as how great they really are and everything they have going on. So, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, JaMichael and Yachty in the building.
Welcome, guys. How y'all doing today?
Hi, how are you?
Doing good, man. Happy to be here, man.
Yeah,
Most
super
definitely.
excited.
Thank y'all.
So, Mike, what was that question that we had planned for this week?
Has dating in this social?
What?
Social.
Come on, Mike, tighten up. So the question for this week is, has dating in the... What the freak, bro? Come on, man, tighten up, Mike.
Bruh.
I'm gonna get it right this time.
Be sure to follow us on IG at Residual Impact Podcast, or you can follow us individually at Brandon.Geo.
And at _ what?
Huh?
What?
Who?
Sorry.
Wow. Find a need and find a way that you can fulfill that need, and then find a way that you can get prepared.
What did he say?
What did he say?
The week was good, yo. Normal work week until the middle of the week, or towards the end of the week, rather, when it was time to eat. You already know the song. We had beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
Look at you. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nah, I like that.
You name it, we got it. That's what we had.
You had it all?
We had it all.
Did you go into the coma, though?
No, I don't get the itis.
What? That's so weird,
I just don't.
So you telling me when you done eating all that food, what do? You just be up and energized?
Yeah. For the most part, what I like to do typically, especially after I eat a lot of food, I like to get up and walk. I don't just sit down. I can't just sit down. I can't stay complacent. I get up and walk.
Wow.
But maybe I'm doing something wrong, because we can't all be as skinny as you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I need to sit my black ass.
Bruh, I sure be slumping, bruh.
Yeah, maybe.
Yo. Bro, when I tell you Wanda left me here on the couch, bruh, I was just like, yo, just go do your thing. I don't even care, bruh. Like, I was knocked out, bruh. Like, I was done for the day.
Cannot leave without saying.
Sir.
And you know we cannot leave without saying.
Can't leave without saying.
Where you are today
is a residual outcome of the thoughts
you had in the past.
Where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you had in the past.
Keys.
Come on now. Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
Till next time.
We love y'all. We'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.
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 Peace. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.